Well, research has shown there is a direct link between the type of foods that we eat and our emotions. In a study reported to the British Journal of Psychiatry, one group of people was put on a diet of whole foods. The other group of people ate mostly processed foods. Now, the processed foods group had a 58% higher risk of developing depression. Now, very often, as we all know, if you're stressed, you reach out for something, sometimes sugar. But what should we be eating in order to boost our mood? To tell us more, Amelia Burton, good morning.
Good morning, Kerri-Anne.
There is an amazing link between food and our emotions, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely. And I don't think there's enough emphasis put on the fact that our food directly affects the moods that we are in.
Make me happy.
I know. So unfortunately, when we...
This makes me happy. I love snakes. Oh, got to be a Magnum favourite. This also makes me happy.
I know.
Am I going to... Don't depress me. You're going to depress me,
I am going to depress you in the short term, but in the long term, we're going to boost your serotonin levels the right way. The problem with these high sugar, high fat, high salt foods is that they boost your serotonin levels, which are your feel-good and your dopamine hormones, in the short term, but they actually have the same impact on your brain as a drug addict taking drugs, in the sense that when you get the serotonin hit and the short-term serotonin hit, you have essentially a hormonal come down afterwards. And then when you go for the hit the next time, you actually need a little bit more food, a little bit more of the sugar, you need a little bit more of it, so you start reaching for the jumbo sizes. Now, the more overweight we become, this balance gets more and more
out of whack.
Let's
have a look at that graphic again, because it was interesting looking at that. And again, let's remind everybody, the British Journal of Psychiatry did this study.
Yes.
So, depressed, if you're feeling, you know, a bit angry, these are the sort of foods you get. Depressed, you go for the sugars. If you're anxious, salt and sweet foods.
That's right.
And if you're stressed, why, if you're stressed, do you want to go for a salty food?
Yeah, well, look, it's
I love it. If you're jealous, you eat anything and everything.
Anything and everything, I know.
I think you've got to be jealous too, actually. That could be stressed, feel good, feel bad, feel anxious, feel happy. Eat everything and anything.
A lot of my clients say that. They say it doesn't matter if they're in a good mood or bad mood, they crave the wrong types of foods, and it's because they're going for the short-term serotonin hit. If your serotonin levels are balanced, you won't have that yo-yoing. So what we're wanting to do is put foods into the diet that are going to balance out your serotonin levels.
Okay, and examples of that.
So omega-3s, which are your fish oils, they come in flax seeds, in nuts, but you can also get them in fish oil capsules. So if you don't like eating fish, then you can absolutely get them in the capsules. They're the #1 factor that will help improve your serotonin levels and your moods.
And this has got to be every day?
Yes. In fact, they suggest that you're having at least 3 serves a week of omega-3 rich foods. But I would recommend that if you don't like fish, you'll be taking 2 fish oil capsules every single day. What I've got here is basically a mood-boosting day of all the right foods to be eating. So for breakfast, you would have a multigrain sourdough bread, so it's lower in sugar. You've got your avocado, which has folic acid in it. Then you've got your cottage cheese.
Is
and
folic
your
acid a good humid food?
It is, that's right.
Makes me laugh.
And so that would be something that you'd have for breakfast. Then for morning tea, you might have something like some herbal tea.
Oh, yum.
Is a great one as well.
Does it go with the chocky bicky?
Well, actually, I've got chocolate in here as well, so we'll be getting to that in a moment. For lunch, you'd be having a wrap that has turkey in it. Now, turkey contains something called tryptophan, and so does milk, and that helps to balance out your moods as well.
And tryptophan is another feel-good hormone?
Yes. Oh, it's
released by the brain naturally?
Well, tryptophan releases, yes, helps to release the hormone.
And when they do, you know, the old wives' tale of have a warm glass of milk before bed has got some scientific basis.
Absolutely does have scientific basis. Again, it's the tryptophan in the milk that will actually help calm your mood down, boost your serotonin levels in a way that will help you get to sleep. So that is one wives' tale that actually is correct.
Okay.
So broccoli is an absolutely brilliant mood booster, even though you think, oh, broccoli. But that's why I thought a great way is broccoli soup, and I can put a really good broccoli soup recipe on Facebook.
And what's in broccoli that makes us feel good?
And that's the folic acid as well.
Okay, and the walnuts?
Yep, so you've got your omega-3s in there as well. And then so you'd have something like that. For dinner, you could dip 2 squares of dark chocolate in your tea at the end of the day. A lot of people don't like dark chocolate because it's quite tough. But if you dip it in the tea and have it, then it you know, melts it a little bit, so it's a lot nicer.
So foods that genuinely give you a short hit. The other thing, very quickly, the scientists are trying to develop a sandwich. It's going to be 2 weeks old.
I know.
What's going on there?
I know.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah, what they're basically doing, I know, it's quite scary.
What
they're basically,
process is in that to keep it 2
they're
weeks old?
sealing it, and then they're sucking the oxygen out and putting carbon dioxide and nitrate in there as well. And then they're putting a mayonnaise that's an acidic mayonnaise, so it acts as a preservative.
We're not going to the moon.
Can you imagine?
We are not going to the moon. There's no 2-week road trip that you would need to take a sandwich.
I know. Trust me, taste and nutrition is on the bottom of their list. Money and, you know, stopping wastage.
I'm really happy now.
Over this side, over this side.
I'm happy now.
Here.
Thank you, Amelia. Very happy. Have a look at this, though.